Wanted to inform you that when we had filed in 21, the company's revenue was in the range of 300 crores. Since then, the company's revenue for the last financial year ending March 24 has been 890 crores. And for the first quarter of June, it's about 350 crores. So, as you can see, the company has scaled up substantially. Further, in our March 24 numbers, we have also given an EBITDA positive of 37 crores and a PAT of 14-15 crores. So the company has started generating cash and the company has scaled up. And this is why we decided to have an IPO for smaller size this time, because we have already scaled up substantially without raising that capital in the last 3 years. In terms of the issue, it's a complete fresh issue. The entire amount being raised will be deployed towards the growth of the company. And MobiKwik has been building a payments business for the last 15 years and today serves 161 million consumers and 4.3 million merchants of India. So a good chunk of the money will be invested in furthering our payments business, which is the foundation of our company. Another substantial chunk of money will be invested in the development and growth of distribution products, where MobiKwik distributes financial products sourced from its partners to its consumers. These could be savings products, investment products, credit products, as well as insurance products. And most importantly, MobiKwik is a product and technology company. Product innovation has been the key driver of our company. And so we will be investing a good chunk of the capital towards product, data, machine learning, AI, which continues to be our core strength.
Thank you so much for that, Upasana. Well, Mr. Singh, just to bring you into the conversation, first up, congratulations. We understand that the IPO has already been fully subscribed. Mr. Singh, so give us a sense of the kind of valuation you were looking at the company back in FY21. What was it as far as the second attempt was done, and now what is the valuation that you're looking at? Has there been a change? And also, we understand that the previous year would have been a one-off high growth year, given the fact that one of your competitors was actually out of the lending business for a prolonged period of time. So will FY25 onwards, will you start seeing more normalized earnings? So number one, valuation, and number two, FY24 onwards, do you see normalization?
So actually, if you look at the business and in terms of its growth, the growth that we have achieved is despite competition, right? So if you look at the history of MobiKwik in terms of how much capital we have raised, we have disclosed it in the RHP. I think it's some 1,200 crores or something, and we have been competing with companies which have raised at least 30x or even 40x that amount over the last 6-7 years. So today, if MobiKwik last year has achieved 890 crores of scale, despite this capital working against us, and not just achieved that growth, but also became profitable, both at an EBITDA and PAT level, which none of our competitors, none of the peer set has ever done, even for a single quarter. So I would say that actually gives us the conviction, at least the management team and the promoters, that what we are building in MobiKwik has strong legs, has strong foundations. People love our product. We have more than 161 million registered users, more than 4 million merchants, and we have continued to add users across cycles, right? So if you see from 21 all the way up to 24, every year we have added minimum 10 to 15 million new registered users. So the scale of the platform has been growing, and the margins that we have disclosed in the RHP, which is both in the payment business and the distribution business, both businesses make money for us. Payments business
So,
slightly
Mr.
lower margin.
Singh,
Yeah.
yeah, no. So I was saying, since you're saying that you are making margins, you've been able to, improve on the number of subscribers as well since that time. What my colleague meant to ask is, since the last year was very strong because of the absence of a competitor, right? Now, what will the normalized numbers look like in that case? Will you see some drop from those levels? What is a normalized EBITDA number or revenue number? Because now there's a lot of competition in the market which has come back.
So I do not understand that question, what you're saying, because I don't know which competition you're talking about, but we are faced with a lots of competition. Just in...
Well, we are talking about, one of the payment banks of, one of the larger competitors, that there was a regulatory impact on them and they couldn't go ahead with their lending business for quite some time. So that was the one that we were discussing about. But yes, please proceed.
So if you see last year's numbers, technically speaking, ended in March of 24. They should have no impact on the from the any of these issues, particular issues that you mentioned.
Sure.
But growth in our users continues despite whether competition is there, not there. Even if one competition is not there, second competition is there, third competition, fourth competition is there. I think ultimately what we believe is the market is very big. The TAM for fintech in India is very big. And MobiKwik has created a highly repeatable model where customers come to MobiKwik for its digital wallet, for which we are number one in the market, for which we have seen significant growth over the last 3 to 4 years. It's not just 1 year. And it's in the last year's numbers, like I said, are not subject to any of the factors, external factors. They are how we built the business over the years. And even in the first quarter, you can see that kind of a growth.
So, so Upasana, then that means that you did around revenues of 875 crore rupees in FY24. It was 540 crore rupees in FY23. So we can say the FY24 numbers are sustainable going forward. That's exactly what we wanted to ask, despite the competition, despite the external factors.
Absolutely. And, the kind of growth we have seen in this year, we have shown that in other metrics also. For example, if you see the payments GMV, in FY23, we did about 20,000 crores of payments processed. In FY24, we did about 38,000 crores of total payments processed. And just in the first quarter of June, we have done 25,000 crore. So you can see the kind of growth we are seeing in the business, regardless of any other external factors that are changing, because it's a long-term growth that we are showing. The company has been growing at a good clip of about 50% for several years. And we do hope that we'll be able to grow in the same manner while at the same time delivering on our promise of trying to be profitable in all quarters and all financial years.
Upasana, we get that, that is the point I want to pick up on. Going forward, while you may not be able to give us a guidance, what do you think is a sustainable growth rate as far as the lending business is concerned? This also comes in the context of there has been quite a lot of regulatory overhang as far as growing this particular side of the business quite quickly. A lot of players that we speak to have said that there is an issue of over leveraging. So does that mean in the last 2 to 3 quarters you've actually slowed down as far as that particular space is concerned? And how do your rates or how do your personal loan rates compare to that of your peers?
So I think I want to first clarify that, MobiKwik has 2 businesses. One is the payments business, for which we have shown strong traction, strong growth last year, and in fact for the last 3 years and even for the first quarter. And right now in the first quarter, you can see the numbers are roughly 50-50 for our payments business and for the distribution business. When you look at the distribution business, while we have started with credit distribution, but we are very clear that, look, I mean, we are not a lender. If you understand digital lending guidelines, our role is that of a platform. So we work basis the market. If the market has many lenders who want to disburse certain kind of loans to the customers, then we have the customers who want those loans. We do the job of a DSA. We just connect them and we make a commission out of it. And that is the business model. Of course, all of the financial products that we distribute, including credit, are subject to cycles, are subject to rates, subject to whether lenders want to lend or not lend. But I think the way we look at the business is, if you take a longer term view, in India, the penetration of financial products, not just credit, we have other products like fixed deposits, mutual funds on the savings and investment sides, which are currently relatively small, but are growing rapidly. And the opportunity to distribute these products across tier 2, 3 and beyond through the length and breadth of the country at the click of a button, that opportunity is really, really big. I'll give you one very specific example. We have one solution which is available on the MobiKwik app, where you can invest in the fixed deposit of some of the leading NBFCs and small finance banks and get reasonably high returns compared to savings that you will get in your standard savings. Now imagine the power of opening any kind of a fixed deposit, which is a favorite savings instrument for everybody in India. At the click of a button, choosing the tenure, choosing your partner basis your risk appetite, and doing that FD within a minute. This power was not available earlier. And this is what MobiKwik is banking on, that all the financial products that we distribute, they are highly underpenetrated, especially when
Okay.
it goes to beyond top 100
Yeah.
million people in this country. And that's where we
Okay.
will keep going, regardless
All
of
right.
how it changes.